Now, you know, there's times, right, where you think that you've got everything. Well, there's always a time when you think you've got everything that you need or that you want, and then something else comes up, and then something else comes up, and so on and so forth. And that's why we're always in the same position, generally week after week. Way too many fucking games to play. Well, if you're like me, you tend to do play them all, even if it's just for 5 minutes of one. But anyway, so I got some more games again. Nice little selection, nothing too much here, but I think it's noteworthy, and it's also Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th birthday now. Makes you feel really old, doesn't it? So what have we got? Well, this was a CEX special, and I couldn't believe this is so cheap, to be honest with you. But it's in nice condition as well. That's Quake 3 Arena on the Dreamcast. I saw it and had to pick it up. I mean, it's got a slight, tiny little crack there. You just about see it. Other than that, it's in really good nick. Although it did look like someone had been smoking around it. It didn't smell like cigarettes, but not that I'd know that because I'm a smoker myself. I don't smoke in the house though. But yeah, so I was chuffed to get that. And then after watching the Ink Northerner, after with his triumphant return, I've been wanting to get this for ages. And I saw that he'd got it, and I thought, well, yeah, there's just an excuse now for me to just order a copy. And nice copy it is, and that is the Capcom Digital Collection on the 360. I've already got Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, or is it Remix? Yeah, HD Remix. I've already got Final Fight Double Impact. I've already got 1942 Joint Strike. I've already got Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, and I've already got War for the Battlefield Commando 3. The other three games I didn't have. Obviously, I think is it called Rocket Men? Was it Rocket Men? Axis of Evil was not only delisted, but you cannot get it anywhere other than on this disc now. So from a digital perspective, it isn't available ever anywhere. So it's great that that comes on here with the DLC, and Flock as well, which was delisted. So great to be able to find a way to get some games that will never see the light of day again from a digital perspective. Next one, I think it was the Ink Northerner. He'd picked up a copy of this TY Tasmanian Tiger HD. I saw this before he put his video up, and it was, I don't know if it still is, but as of Saturday the 20 whatever date that was, is it the 26th today, which is a Sunday? I think it was 25th, but I ordered this on the 24th. So either way, it was £5. So was it £5.99? Yeah, it was a penny less than what CEX sell it second hand. So and I've done the first level on it. I'm actually quite enjoying it, really. It's like a fun little action platformer. Well, it had to be done, didn't it, really? Seeing as I've got every other one of these games, bar the most recent one prior to this, and I've got to say, I've really been enjoying playing this. I've yet to go online and get my arse kicked or handed to me on a plate, but it's Street Fighter 6. Okay, really enjoying this. Not prepared at this moment in time to put any footage up of it because everyone's doing it. But I might do a little bit. Not particularly keen of the new system that they've got in their control system, which makes it a lot easier for people that don't know how to play Street Fighter. But I will give it its due on that front, especially from that side of things. That when you, I think there's only one six button fighting pad for the Xbox One or the Xbox Series, and it's not brilliant. So you have to go with a fight stick, and I'm really not keen. I mean, I've got fight sticks on different systems, but I don't really use them. I've never been any good with them. So yeah, Street Fighter 6 on the Xbox Series X. Next one, I'd never heard of this. If you're a fan of 2000 AD, do you remember the comic books, things like that, Judge Dredd and that sort of thing? You'll like this. It was out on the PS2 and the original Xbox, I think, and it was remastered, and that is Rogue Trooper Redux. This is currently £5 on CEX. This one came all the way from the Isle of Man. I couldn't believe it. They got quite a few, a few copies in, and it came all the way from the Isle of Man. And again, I've been enjoying this. You've got this sort of, in the comics, the Rogue Trooper's got like these three things that plug into him. So one in his head, one in his gun, and one, I think, somewhere else on there. and they give him different abilities. In this, you basically other troopers die, and then you get these little chips, and you put them into you. Gives you, you know, like for example, this gun he's got here, you can turn it into like a mini turret and deploy it, and it talks and things like that. But it's no, I've got to say, that's a bit of a hidden gem for me, and for a fiver, you can't go wrong. So I'd pick that one up if you can, because it's, you know, it's while it's cheap. Next one I picked up. Well, I've already got this on digital, but I didn't have the Plus DLC. Now that could be Sonic Mania, or it could be Sonic Origins Plus. So I already got Sonic Origins digitally, but I wanted this because I like the case. I also like the fact that you get a nice little art book with it, but also a reversible sleeve, so it looks like a Mega Drive game. Now to me that reminds me of how it's not Strictly Limited games, maybe it is, but for Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX, where you can reverse the cover, so it looks like a Master System sort of game. And another great thing about this in this booklet is it shows you the different region reversible covers as well. So obviously if you're in the United States, it's a slightly different cover than this. So we will just say Sega Genesis down the side, I think. Really chuffed to get that. I was already up to about 880 achievement points out of that original Sonic Origins Plus. Sadly, this doesn't give you any new achievements. So, but I used that time to you know, play the game as Amy, play a couple of the Game Gear games, which I have to say it's not emulated brilliantly, but it's fine. It's fine for what it is. And then finished off the last 220 achievement points. So just 1000 G'd that. And that leads me on to my final game. I ordered this off of Amazon second hand. I'd already got the I think it's called the Xbox Live Arcade Classics or something like that, which is like a, well, anyway, I picked this one up. I'd never heard of it. Xbox Live Arcade Unplugged, but check this out. Can you see that? It's sealed. It is sealed, and I paid £3 for it. And I can guarantee you this 1 month, which is definitely going to be in here, will work, which will give me, I don't know how many days of extra Game Pass. So I'll use that. And I thought, because from this particular seller on Amazon, I thought it said they had like 5 left. So I was like, right, I'm going to order another one as well, because I don't want to open this, because it's just, you know, this is what, 2006? No, 2006. Yeah, 2007. It says 2006 on the back. So that's, you know, we're coming up for 20 years old. So now you cannot fucking tell me this is not retro. Okay? So it's got the games it's got on it, Bejeweled 2, Geometry Wars Retro Bowl, fantastic game, Wick Fable of Souls, Texas Hold'em Poker, Outpost Colloquy X, and Hardwood Backgammon. And I believe 4 of those you can't fucking get anymore. So why not? For £3. And then ordered another copy. So I will fire that. If that one comes through as sealed, I'm going to go and buy the other ones, just because. And I might want to gift them to a couple of people, especially at £3 a pop. So anyway, so that leaves me, that's everything. That's all the stuff that I picked up over this week. I'm going to sign off with Sonic the Hedgehog's birthday, specifically on Sonic Frontiers. So Sega have actually currently put out some bonus DLC, which is free. Most of the DLC, if anything, yeah, apart from 2 little things, are not free. I'll just get on with it, you know, because you get to. Well, I've found quite a few of the songs in the game at the moment, which have been recently added. And in the jukebox, you can play that whilst you're playing. So, for example, Open Your Heart. I think it's Open Your Heart from Sonic Adventure, the final boss there. And a few songs of the memorable songs from Sonic Adventure 2, amongst other games like, you know, Sonic Mania and Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, just you'll see what I mean. So anyway, here's 10 minutes of Sonic Frontiers with some of the classic tunes playing. I'll say 10 minutes, might be a bit less, depends on what I feel like. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying this really hot Sunday. I'm in here, it's all air-conned up, and I'm loving it. So see you on the next one.